Hey.
Hello. It's Wednesday. I forgot what I was gonna say within moments.
It is it's the 23rd. It is the start of Scorpio season. In case you guys wanted to know. Shout out to all my Scorpio friends.
I made a lot of scorpion jokes today at work when people were talking about Scorpio season. I was like, yeah, scorpions are cool. You know who played a scorpion once? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I was gonna say The Rock.
Yeah.
He was the Scorpion King.
Yeah, he was like the best of all the scorpions.
The strongest, the most powerful. I mean, like...
And his CGI was so bad that you can never watch that movie in this time frame. Or that time frame without
Was that a
thinking...
spinoff from The Mummy?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. I never watched The Scorpion King.
I think I've seen it like once or twice. That's it.
I was super into The Mummy, though. Brayden and I watched him recently.
I was actually... There's a tangent here. There was
First one of the day.
the Alamo Draft House is doing a Mummy like movie party, and I knew you loved The Mummy because I also love The Mummy, and I was gonna see if you wanted to go to it.
Yes,
but it was like it's like $15
for The Mummy. It's because Brendan Fraser is really coming up on top this year.
Well, it's because they give you like fake props, but still, we could have a Mummy movie party at my apartment. We could yell shit all the time.
I'm just going to be dressed as Brendan Fraser in that movie, and I'm going to say all of his, like, ridiculous one-liners, just the entire night. No context, no conversations with anyone, just his one-liners. All right, let's get started. We're going to talk about comics.
Yeah. If you love The Mummy, though, shout out to you, because you know good movies.
Yeah, you know
Benny, the good ones. You're on the wrong side of the lake.
Okay, so I have... Money Shot number 1. This is a really weird series.
I'm sorry.
I can't stop thinking about The Mummy. It's about a group of scientists who can't get the money they need for projects that they're working on. I don't want to call her like the head scientist or whatever, but she's the one with the most like ambition and like convinces them all to do this. Yeah. She discovers that humans are disgusting perverts and will, pretty much watch any kind of porn to get off. And she says, oh my God, I have an idea. Why don't we all just make porn? But
sounds like a solid
with
plan.
Aliens.
All right.
To make this money so that we can have our project funded, which is to, travel interdimensionally and shit. So that's what they're doing. They're making porn with aliens.
All right.
It's actually pretty awesome. I really, really actually enjoyed this. I'm going to probably add it to my poll. I just got this first issue to see what it was all about, and I was pleasantly surprised.
All right. Yeah, no, that was one I was definitely interested in, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it really could have gone either way, but it really went...
I love the smut.
Oh my God, the smut. Aliens? Come on. It's like a dream.
It's like Shape of Water, but it goes even farther.
Oh yeah, and they all like do, yeah. It's very interesting. Money Shot number 1.
Oh no, I burped.
Ooh.
All right, so I have The Amazing Spider-Man Full Circle. This is an expensive book, but there's a lot of really great stuff in here. So I'm just gonna read what it says, because I feel like that will do a better job of explaining it than I do.
No, you did a really good job, and it also made me want to play that game.
Yeah, well, that game is awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, so here's what the little intro says. It was an idea that we had to try. 7 teams of Marvel's most creative contributors crafting an all-new adventure of The Amazing Spider-Man in a round-robin style, with each successive creative team picking up the story from where the previous creators left off. No roadmap, no contact, no plan. So it's just it's really interesting because you kind of have a story starts out, and then another creator and creative team comes in and picks up that story and takes it from there. So you don't know maybe what the first person was thinking from to begin the story, and it just kind of progresses. So it kind of starts out with Spider-Man on a space station after waking up from 2 weeks in a stasis from some bad scientists.
God, I wish I could go into a stasis.
And then it just continues on from there. I I fucking love this. I didn't have any idea necessarily what I was getting into. I thought it was going to be more like an annual sort of situation where it was like...
That's what it seemed like.
Like little one-off stories by each creative team, which is also usually a nice little thing. But this was so good. I loved it so much. Like, I'm really glad I picked it up, and it was really interesting. There's also werewolves.
That's our theme for the day, guys.
Werewolves. But I had a great time. And the game I was talking about was with Heather earlier. I'll just briefly go over it. Is you have some paper and a group of friends, and it's almost like telephone, but the first person writes out a little story, the second person draws the story, and they kind of hide the writing, and the next person takes the drawing and writes what they think the story is based on the drawing, and so on and so forth.
It's physical telephone.
Physical telephone. Yeah, it's a good game, a lot of fun, so if you have friends... Which I don't. Heather's one friend.
We're literally just going to go back and forth with that piece of paper, and it's going to be you writing exactly what the story is and me drawing the exact same picture every time.
Or I'll just change up the story.
Yeah.
I'm a stoner. I don't remember things.
That's true.
I'm a stone man.
I am Stone Man.
Stone men! Don't let them touch you!
Is that another line from The Mummy?
No, that's from Game of Thrones. Sir Jorah says it when the stone men are jumping out of the...
Not gonna lie, area. I was not too invested in that season.
Chris and I laughed so hard when he delivered that line. It's just like the cadence of the way he says it, and just like, I guess also being a stoner, I was just like, oh my god, there's stoners jumping out at you, be careful, they're hungry.
That's really funny you say that, because my little sister loves that scene from season 2, I think, when they leave Hot Pie at the place and he gives her that bread that's shaped like a wolf and she's eating it and she goes, "It's really good!" My little sister loves that so much that anytime she's eating something, I'm always like, "Sammy, how is it?" "It's really good!" There you go.
Too bad the ending of that show just had to...
I can't get into that. I can't even start on that. But anyway, I can get into this. This is Tommy Gun Wizards. This is number 3. I don't really have any feelings about this series. Like, when I'm reading it, it's cool. It's just about magic and Al Capone and the ultimate magic wizard, which is a toad, which I was not expecting.
What?
Yeah, it's a big frog in the back of a meatpacking plant. Let me show you.
Yeah, I need to see this.
So the drug is called the lick.
Oh my god.
I'm assuming it's because you lick the frog to get high, and that's where you get your powers, right? Because there's that poisonous frog.
Yeah, no. That's amazing, though, in the worst way. I mean...
Yeah, after some necromancer summons up a bunch of the dead cows that they've been killing in this meat butchering plant and just makes them attack these... detectives who don't have any magic, but they have guns, but the guns don't work against magic.
No, guns don't work against
Their one
magic.
magician that they have is in the hospital, because the last issue they got into a fight, so they're shit out of luck. Yeah, this is only 4 issues. Christian Ward writes this, which is why I picked it up. And I really enjoy, like, the plot of the story. I think it's really cool. But yeah, it's neither here nor there.
Yeah. All right, you want to
let's
get into some Middlewest?
Yep. I'm not going to get emotional this time because it wasn't that emotional.
No, I wouldn't say, like, emotional as much as there's a lot just, like, happens. It's kind of just, like, I think this is probably the fastest issue of them all, like, kind of, like, moving time forward.
Oh, yeah, because it is 3 different, like, point of views, like, of our main characters. So... Abel got kidnapped by, I called them child poachers when I was trying to explain it to someone, and that's essentially what they are. They just collect lost children, orphans, runaways, whatever, and recruit them to work on the farm, the Raider Farm. Apparently the Raider Farm has been around a while, and people have been trying to, like, shut it down because they know there's some weird shit's going on there. So Abel is stuck there with...
Bobby,
the little girl from the carnival. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry.
I was like, man, that was good.
But yeah, so they're stuck there. They're getting forced to work. Mr. Little Fox is going to get the help from, I can never remember his name.
I just drives me nuts. I don't either, but it's a wizard. He's a wizard.
Yeah, the wizard who was supposed to help him originally, and Magdalena, the woman who was trying to help him at the carnival. So the fox is trying to tell them, we need to save Abel. Bobby's with them. Of course, the woman is kind of bitter. She doesn't really want to help them because she's kind of selfish. But the old man, her brother, is like, dude, we got to do this. They're kids.
Yeah, I think there's I just every time I'm I just like this book, but
it is. It's really good.
I'm always happy, not happy. I'm always glad every time it comes out. It's a couple months until the next one comes out, and the break is, I suppose, necessary within the story. But I'm always just it feels like the one that has the least amount of breaks, and I'm always the most excited to read in a weird way. And I love the dynamic between the characters, and I really enjoyed the idea of Abel being on this in this place where maybe things could go completely wrong if he freaks out. And I love the hierarchy of how the power works there, because it's obviously this Nick Rader, I don't know if that was his name. I
think it was Nicholas Rader.
Okay.
I think that's how he introduced himself.
Is just a garbage man.
He literally looks like a trash can.
He's like Mario.
Yeah.
Like an evil Mario.
There he is. There's our villain for this half of the book.
And it's so intense, and every time I want Abel to succeed, and he's in a place where, god damn, dude. And then the whole last part of the issue just delves in another level of just his dad and just trying to find him, and
still trying to find him and getting frantic about it.
And angry, just so angry. And
I think that's what's going to be an explosive point later, is that guy is kind of like his dad. Maybe Abel's going to lose it.
Well, we'll see. I just don't...
You never know.
Yeah, and Scotty Young has just been killing it on this writing. I can't stand it. It makes me mad.
I didn't even know that. I've never read anything Scotty Young before, and I have only seen his pictures, and I was so reading this has been a joy.
Yeah, no, it's been so good. We love you, Scotty Young. Thank you. Okay, here you go.
Okay, so I have this one shot. It's called Monday Fatality. Oh my god, I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I cannot remember how to pronounce it. Mandager. It is about a bishop who gets sent to a town to get rid of the witch. That's in the town, the witch. I don't know. Mandager is it's a Norse tradition thing. It's called the Day of the Moon. Which plays a huge part into this. It's got, witches, werewolves. It's spooky for this time of year, which is why I'd gotten it. It's a very, very quick read. Violent. Colors are great. The story was actually really fun. It was just a simple kill the witch / werewolf kind of story. And it was awesome. And they tied it up really well in just this one story. It was in and out, not even a big deal. So I'm very pleased with this one.
I like that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and it's just...
If you can pull off, it's like any, kind of, short horror film. Mm-hmm. If you can pull off that sort of, one-shot horror, it's almost best that way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they get the point across. He goes to this town, finds the witch, is interrogating the witch. Does not work out how he wants it to, clearly, because it never does with witches. And then shit gets real for him real fast. So yeah, Monday Fatality. I don't even know who this is by. David C. Hayes.
All right.
Never heard of this person in my life, but good job, dude. Me?
I think, yeah. I also actually have another one, too, that I read, but I don't have with me.
Oh, okay.
But you can go again. Go again.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Just do it.
No.
We can do whatever we want. It's our thing.
I need my Dr. Pepper.
Thank you, Dr. Pepper, for giving us money for this sponsorship. I have Batman Curse of the White Knight. This is issue number 4. I can't believe it's issue number 4.
Yeah, I feel like they're coming out really fast.
Maybe it's just monthly, and I'm oh god, I'm blindsided by this. Actually,
I feel like it's sooner than that. I feel like it's every other week.
I maybe it's just because I have a Batman like every other week, or like at this point right now, like with all of the goddamn Batman titles every week.
Like, we get it, DC. Batman is a big deal in your world.
Well, and usually, you know me, like, I'm only doing Batman writers I like, so it's not like I'm going too hard on the Batman. It's just, like, I guess all the writers I like are also putting out Batman books. Or, I guess, artists as well at this point. So anyway, this is issue 4, and this continues the story of this book. Just, like, more of Bruce figuring out the, yeah, no, that's not wrong, Kyle. It is coming out much quicker than last year, like, or I guess it was 2 years ago when White Knight was actually coming out, the first story arc.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, because I feel like it was before you had started at Legend. No, yeah, no, it's coming out much faster. I think because he had the story basically done, and so they can kind of just, like, swipe out the issues. But this continues... Sorry, just tangent. This continues the story. Gordon... I don't know if I want to, like, ruin everything of this. Like, something bad happens to Jim Gordon in the last issue, and this kind of continues that idea, and Barbara kind of loses sight of, like, how to do things in a way that is safe. I guess that's the best way to put it. She's just kind of, like, blindsided by, like, anger and vengeance and does the wrong things. And not necessarily the wrong things, but just something to put herself in a position where she's not safe. And I think Batman is just trying to figure out the behind-the-scenes aspects of this. Like, what was happening between the Waynes and this other family where they were fighting and trying to save Gotham and kind of took power from this other family. Overall, like, the story's fairly interesting. I really like this issue a lot, probably because it focuses on, like, Barbara more than anybody else and kind of, like, her inner feelings.
Did you just notice that?
Yeah, I just noticed that. I paused this because there's a dick on the cover, and I just noticed it, and I had to make sure that
I like how you turned it off as if we weren't recording live on two things.
Well, this one would actually mute us. This one would not.
Okay. There's a dick on the cover.
Yeah, there's a dick on the cover. I'm done. I can't even focus now because that has ruined the entire book for me.
Do you want to talk about Avengers?
Yeah, I'll talk about Avengers. This is Avengers issue number 25. Heather and I both have read this, but technically Heather has not read this because she's on issue 24.
Yeah, I forgot to pick up 24 until, like, a few days ago.
But this...
Sorry.
Yeah, this just continues the challenge of the Ghost Riders, and it's the finale. So you kind of get where Cosmic Ghost Rider goes from here. I almost said Luke Cage. Johnny Blaze goes from here, and then also Robbie Reyes, and how, like, everything continues, and how he finally feels like an Avenger, because basically the Avengers team up and build, like, a badass, like, car for him to race. It's a boat.
That's cute, though.
Yeah, it is really cute, and it just warms my heart. So it had a nice little note that it ended on. And then you have the continuation of, like, Tony Stark figuring out the mystery of his helmet being in that cave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember that.
That's the only reason I kind of want to continue Avengers, but I do not like Tony Stark, and I do not
You
care.
can just read mine.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
That way you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So I have Sera... right now? So I have Sera and the Royal Stars. This is issue number 4, and I finally kind of figured out what the story's about. So the Royal Stars are a group of people that existed before our gods. Like, every god. They created the world, essentially, created everything that exists, everything as we know it. And when we came up with the idea of gods, they no longer had to, like, be around. So Sera is being led by a group of the Royal Stars to, I can't remember where she's supposed to be going, like, because that was in the first issue, but they're helping her go somewhere to complete her mother's mission to save their kingdom.
Okay.
This issue, they are stuck in the underworld, and they can't find a way out. The Royal Stars are able to leave if they want to, but because a human got down there without permission and she's not even dead, like, it broke all the rules, so she has to find her own way out. But it was really cool because they literally have, like, all the gods of the underworld, like, talking. Like, I gotta show you Lucifer. What a babe, right?
Yeah, I love him.
Hades. Yeah, they have all sorts of, like, from every religion, they have the god or the goddess of the underworld here. And
Look at them titties.
I know, it's fantastic. I really like this story still, especially now that I discovered what it means. Colors are great. The art is really cool. The story is pretty cute. I don't really care for Sera herself, but I love, like, all the people that are with her and, like, all the people that she communicates with. I think it's only going to be 5 issues, but I could be wrong. Because I'm usually wrong.
I know that. I'm usually wrong. Yeah. We do this thing as a guessing game.
Yeah, we do. It's either 5 or 6, usually.
5, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Who knows? 15. Sometimes there's 15, and that confuses me. End on an even number, dudes.
Just do it for us. All right, so I have the Aquaman. This is the 2nd annual, and this is Kelly Sue DeConnick and Vita Ayala.
Ayala.
I hope I said that right. Please don't be offended if I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
She's had 1 beer, so...
It's my fault.
She's got mush mouth
I got mush mouth now. I don't know how to talk. But I do love this story. I'm really glad that they teamed up and did this because I think that Vita is a really great writer. I really enjoy their work a lot. They do a really great job. But this introduces a weird new villain called Sea Daddy.
Oh my god, I love that.
It's pretty great. He's really ridiculous. There's something about this issue where I'm just like, it's just like the one issue where they basically move in all the sea gods to their homes. Like, it's just like very, like, you know.
I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about that.
Sea Daddy.
Yeah.
And so it's like that issue where it's like, well, this is kind of like nothingness, and this is kind of like Aquaman looking for his dog. And
so he can go look for his dog, but he can't find his wife that he got pregnant.
It's not his wife.
I don't give up.
It's his girlfriend at best.
I don't care. All right. I can't fault him for that, though. I would search for my dog too.
But yeah, he kind of saves some shit, and then is like, everybody's like, the dog is missing, and he goes off looking for the dog, and he thinks one of the sea gods like was trying to eat his dog.
Oh my god! I just spit Dr. Pepper all over the place. I'm listening to you. The sea dog. Is that what?
No, he's just a regular dog. He can't swim, actually. The whole point is,
okay,
the dog can't swim, and then Arthur gets afraid that the sea god is going to eat his dog.
Sea god, okay.
And then he finds the sea god with his dog, and he's like, hey!
That's my dog.
That's my dog, don't eat him, basically. And the sea god's like, fuck you, man. And then he's like, watch this, and kind of like, not like throws the dog out, but then like shows him that the dog he was teaching the dog to swim.
Oh, thank God.
And Arthur just felt like a giant jackass. Like he should.
Yeah.
Because he was just like...
I mean, that's what I did when, like, Lizzie was in the water for the first time.
You thought a sea god was going to eat her?
No, I thought the water was just going to swallow her up because she's missing that foot. So when
but she still has...
No, I know, but the very first time that we, like, put her in water, she got super nervous and just sank. And I had to, like, grab her. It was a terrifying moment in my life. Like, she just, like, sat there and went, ooh, and then sank to, like, the bottom. And it was, like, in a river, so it was really fast. So I had, like, this...
not a natural dog reaction,
I know. I don't think that she's a dog. I think she's an alien that was put into a dog body and sent down here to observe human life. And when she dies, that she's not dying. That's her just going back up.
Can I think the same about Megatron,
yes,
too?
of course. I think that's what all dogs are.
I think that's
definitely cats, but like a different version.
That was a different tangent of sorts.
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, and that's the story.
Okay. Water dogs.
Water dogs.
Okay.
Trust the people in your life.
Okay. We have Valkyrie. Jane Foster Valkyrie. Number 4. Could you start? I got a burp and it's gonna hurt.
Yes. So, Jane Foster is fighting...
I can't say his name. Mephisto?
Mephisto, but it's not Mephisto.
But it's a version of him, isn't it?
It's...
Hold on. I can't... There's... Oh, glare.
There's a lot of underworld shit going on in the Marvel universe right now.
Yeah, look, I don't know all, like, the devils.
Because I know this is the Reaper.
Yeah.
And that's, like, the main thing is, like, and this is not Mephisto, I thought. Because he talks about how he could be as bad as him.
I thought he was talking weird, like, about himself, like some evil guys do.
I mean, that could be. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Apparently, I don't know how to read a book, though.
I don't either. I read it really fast this morning while I was eating Jimmy John's, so I wasn't really paying attention. Sorry.
But there is a greater evil that's basically trying to take her over. And not take her over, but murder her so that they can be Valkyrie and basically take over the underworld, I guess is the best way to describe that.
Yes, because she is, as we find out in this issue, not an official Valkyrie.
Yeah.
She's pretty much just a stand-in right now because she's never had to deliver anyone to Valhalla. Heaven or wherever.
Yeah. Who knew there were so many rules?
Yeah. I actually got told last night by my friend Sera.
My sir.
My Norse friend, that it's super easy to become like a Norse person. You know, I don't know. You know how I'm like really into Norse mythology and stuff like that. When you go on a Viking, that's how you become like Norse or whatever. But there's like you have to do like 3 things out of this like list of things, and they're really insane. Like, I'm not going to talk about it because I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it.
It's fair.
To be honest, I just can't remember. I was really tired when she told me.
If you want to be a Norse, it's like Fight Club.
Yeah, essentially, but like with banging and drugs and drinking and shit. So
that sounds right.
Yeah, I was like, I could do that.
The art in this issue is amazing.
Yeah, sorry,
by the way.
We weren't done.
No, we can be done.
No, it's really good. And it's the same guy who's been doing it, right?
Yeah, I don't know why, but this issue just, killed me overall. Just, maybe it was, the way, the Grim Reaper looked. He was just, very, evil. I don't know. It's really good. Also, Doctor Strange is in here, if you care about Doctor Strange.
I've got beef with Doctor Strange.
What did he do to you?
I really don't have time to get into it right now, but he's a fool.
Wow.
There, I said it.
Wow.
Yeah, Doctor Strange makes an appearance. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'm going to quickly talk about this not stupid. It's not stupid. Why would I say that? This book that I did not talk about earlier. It's the Count Crowley's...
Oh, yeah.
Count Crowley, God damn it. I looked it up because...
Something of Monsters?
Count Crowley, Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter.
Okay, by David Dask... Oh,
my
God. Dave said it so fast the other day, and it sounded so good.
Yeah, no, that's why I was like, I'm not going to do it, but you did it, because it's Das Malchen?
Yeah. It's more intense than that, though, and I think the only reason...
Das Malchen!
When Dave said it, I was like, damn, dude, you're Italian. He did it so good. And he is actually Italian, so...
I was like, I just did it like a German.
Yeah, it sounded super German.
Anywho's... This is first issue. I just grabbed it and read it off the wall. I did not pick it up. But it's interesting. It's mainly about a newscaster who ends up getting fired from her job because she is an alcoholic. And her brother is doesn't want to fire her because he, loves her.
Right.
Family and shit.
What's that like?
And so he gives her this opportunity to be Count Crowley, who is an Elvira or a TV personality who introduces midnight horror movies. And she ends up getting accepted by the people who watch the show, and the whole backstory or back part of it and the reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter part of it is that apparently the old Count Crawley was obviously doing some sort of monster hunting because she's confronted by a monster at the very end. But there's a lot of layers to the story itself. Like, there's a reason that she's been drinking a bunch. There's a reason that she's in the place she is now.
And you enjoyed it?
I did enjoy it. I would be interested to, like, read the second issue of it. I wouldn't say that I was, like, 100% sold on it, I guess. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good story. I just need to see where it goes. It's only 4 issues, though, so at the same time, it's not, like, a bad commitment. And it's a really good, I think, in my personal opinion, a good, like, Halloween-y sort of story if you're like, I need this Halloween fix. That's the way to do it.
That's a good idea. And for those of you who didn't know, David Dasmaka... Damn it, I still can't do it.
Do you want to see it? Because it helps.
Even, like, just reading it doesn't make sense to me. My mouth, like... It's he's an actor. If you ever seen this is the only thing I recognize him from because I watched it recently. He's in the Belko Experiment. He's one of the janitors, the other janitor who works with Michael Rooker.
He's also in Ant-Man. He's one of the...
Yes.
He has a pompadour.
Yeah. Because... yeah.
Yeah. That's him.
There he is. Yep. Yeah. He's an actor and he wrote a comic book, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. Okay. You go and then I'll just go again.
Yeah, okay. So I have Resonant. This is issue number 4. This is a really, really strange issue. The dad is still separated from the kids. He ends up on an island where a man pretty much, like, forces them to hunt for him and, like, kill for him. He's just a huge dick and is like, I'm going to exploit these weak humans.
Song.
Oh, God. I was like, who is laughing? And the kids are back home, but the kids actually end up getting separated too because the older boy meets a kid in the woods and the kid is like, you can, come with us. It's safe. Like, my parents will keep you safe. And so the kid ends up leaving his brother and his sister behind, who are the 2 disabled kids. The girl's missing the leg, and then the son, I'm not sure what I think he has, like, asthma, like something that requires him to take medication, like, every day. The medication is running low, so she has to, like, protect him and stuff. But the older boy ends up following the weird kid in the woods to some, like, church ground. And it's a congregation. And they're trying to save him.
I would say if there's one thing I learned from Catholicism, it's stay away from religion.
It's really weird because the waves, when they come through, like, the dad had been trying to teach them how to meditate because he can block out the bad stuff that's happening. But, they're young, so they just haven't been able to figure it out. The church says that the kid goes to that in order to protect yourself from the waves, you just have to pray. So there's this crazy scene where they're, like, in the tent, all of them, the entire congregation is in the tent, and, like, the waves are coming, and they just start praying and, like, speaking in tongues and shit, and nothing happens to them. It's crazy. Like, the whole scene is wild, but I really, really enjoy this book.
Yeah, and every time we talk about it sounds really good.
Yeah, it definitely surprised me with, like, how good it is. Like, the action sequences in here are, like, so fucking good, the way that they're, like, drawn.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, the colors and stuff. Like, I really, really enjoy this story a lot. That's what it looks like when the waves hit.
Okay.
Like, it just gets really crazy.
Yeah, no, this is... I'll have to borrow it when it's done.
It's super good. The relationship between the siblings, like the girl and the 2 little boys, is classic, I guess, when it comes to siblings. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't know. I don't need siblings.
Yeah. But it's also very...
I don't need to understand that relationship. Whatever.
It's also just kind of frustrating to read because, they do get frustrated with each other and they fight a lot, but the older sister is trying to take care of them and just doesn't know how because they just won't listen to her. Well, at least the older boy. Like, the younger boy is super sick and, like, knows that she's looking out for him, but it's really sad and really good, and I love it.
All the things at once.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have Martian Manhunter issue number 9. This is a book that I just need to go back and read all of it all at one time. But they're getting deeper into how the evil Martian basically infiltrated Earth, and it's been for thousands of years. He's been doing experiments on humans, trying to make them into aliens and like spread this virus, but he hasn't been able to figure out like how. And basically John Jones goes into somebody's mind and figures out how he was able to finally figure out how to do this and make this experiment work, hopefully.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, the past few issues have kind of been like the character building and you learning about like the past and seeing where everything's going. This issue puts you more in the present and shows you what the bad guy's doing, and you can kind of see where it's going to kind of go from here. I don't know. It seems like it'll be a nice end, like nice three issue end, like kind of dramatic.
3.
The way I do the math from 9 to like teens is you just take away a number. So it's like 12 issues, you do 9 plus 3, it's 12.
Yep. Sorry.
No, it's...
That burp just started coming.
It's boop, 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 boop.
When I was in like 3rd grade, God damn it. I'm kind of embarrassed by this story, but I need to tell someone. So multiple people or you guys are going to hear this. When I was in 3rd grade, my teacher, Mrs. Healy, had a tank full of Madagascar hissing cockroaches. We all fucking loved them. She had names for every single one. I think she just made them up because how can you tell them apart?
Yeah, no.
Anyway, so when we were like learning how to do like mathematical counting and all that stuff, she brought in this tape that had like all these songs on it, and they were like different, you know, genres or whatever, and like if we could get certain amounts right, we would get to like hold the cockroaches. Yeah, and I was like so proud of myself because I got like all of them right, and the only one I can remember is the 3, and because it was like a weird like country song, 3, 6, 9, 12. I don't, that's all I'm gonna do. And I do remember 2 as well. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I used to sing that shit all the time when oh my god, I'm sorry guys.
Oh my god.
I got to hold the cockroaches all the time.
That teacher's really fucking weird.
Yeah, no, she was great. She was the first person that I knew that would like get her nails really super long and like pointed, and she would read like Harry Potter in class and shit. It was cool.
Yeah,
That
sounds awesome.
She was great. And she would type like this because of her nails on the computer, and I always thought that was really funny. Yeah, she was a great teacher, and I honestly haven't thought about her in years, so thank you for allowing me to talk about her for a minute.
Yeah, I'm really glad you got to hold cockroaches.
Yeah, no, they were awesome. I also remember that like she used to provide breakfast for kids who like didn't have breakfast at home and like couldn't make it to school. So she would make me peanut butter and honey toast like every morning, and I would sit and drink some milk in her classroom and just stare at the cockroaches.
Well, you've always been a weirdo, so that's cool.
Yeah.
You're my weirdo. King Thor.
This is King Thor. This is 2 of 4. This is Jason Aaron and Asad Ribic. And I love it.
You should just talk about this.
Okay. This, I don't want to spoil, like, my favorite page. It's so good. I don't want to spoil too much about this because it is only 4 issues, and I would say if you love any tiny aspect of, like, anything that's going on, like the writers or anything, then I think you should read it because it's so good.
No, I don't disagree. I mean, especially with me being like, all right, I'm just going to do this. Mm-hmm. I read War of the Realms. It's cool.
I love his suit here. He looks so good. Gore. Okay. I keep thinking of Steve Brule, Praise Be Gord. And so when I kept reading Gore, I was like, Gord? Okay.
Gord, the god of butchers.
So Gore is the god of butchers. He goes around killing gods. Loki, as we knew previously, had gained control of the Necro Sword and is just killing. So he is... I'm sorry, I love this story so much, and I don't even know like what parts to tell. he's obviously trying to kill Thor. Doesn't work out exactly how he wants it to. Gorr interferes, and this kind of deals with a lot of Gorr's conflict, I guess, like internally, mentally, or whatever. And also, again, it really focuses on the brother hate love relationship between Thor and Loki, and where it'll eventually get them, and where it has always gotten them. Jason Aaron, dude.
Yeah, I really love this. Like, this issue especially, like, there's something very, like, poignant and special about it, in my personal opinion. And I felt like, yeah, that interaction between, like, Loki and Thor was really heavy. But there's also, like I was saying earlier, it's, like, almost like an atheist manifesto from, like, Gorr's perspective about how just, like, humans are so dependent upon God, and how they're not able to almost just be human.
Do things for themselves.
Yeah, they have to have this, like, higher power and this being. And it's interesting because, you know, I understand that he's, like, not the good guy, but I'm like, damn, what you're saying is so real and so not wrong.
Right, and that's what makes him, like, a really good bad guy, is because it all makes sense. It's just... it's not the way to do it.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, killing the gods you should not believe in.
Yeah.
Just to rip it from humanity and make them realize that they can do these things on their own. It's just... I suppose there's something real about that in itself, too, just because, you know, I think...
Yes. We all struggle with God.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it, and, like, what being is. And I think that this book puts a really great question at hand, is, like, what is humanity without God? Or, like, especially, I guess, this humanity without God, because they become so dependent upon heroes who are also gods, and so on and so forth. Maybe I'm looking too much into it.
No, not at all, because that's exactly what it is. Gorr hates the gods and how reliant humans have become on them, and he wants, you know, to take it away. He wants a world with no gods. And that's it, and that's what they're struggling with. And it's good.
It's good. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. The art is so good. Yeah. The writing is so good, and just... ugh.
There's, like, several classic Loki moments in here that just made me just... almost, like, weep. Snail trails.
Dude. No. Don't do that.
It's not my fault. It's Jason Aaron's.
I mean, the end of the book definitely got you weepy.
It did. It got me... yeah.
I saw it.
It got me, like...
I saw it.
I know you did. I tried hiding it. That's why I looked away after I finished reading it. I did get really emotional at, like, the end of it. And I think part of it is also because we had just talked about, like, by the time Jason Aaron is done writing this King Thor, he's done with Thor. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's... moving on to other things. I'm very happy for him. I'm sure he's going to do great with whatever he does. But he...
It sounds like you're going through a really bad breakup right
now. It's kind of what it feels like. It's like, all right, I have 2 more visits left in this house, and then I'm gone. Mm-hmm. Makes me feel...
I gotta get the rest of my stuff, and then
yeah,
we'll never see each other again, and I gotta leave my cat with you.
Yeah. Oh, God, I would never. He can have the key, but not the cat.
All right, so the next book we both have, while Heather's taking a drink of Dr. Pepper, is Marauders.
Parched.
Thank you, Mr. Pepper. This is issue number 1, and this is part of the Dawn of X-Men.
Dawn of X-Men, the 6 new X-Men series Jonathan Hickman decided to just poop out.
Well, I mean, other writers are doing that.
I know, but he started it with, like, that House and Powers mega shit that he took. I mean it in a good way. Like, it wasn't like shit as in a bad way.
It's like a Bono-sized poop.
Yeah. Oh my God damn it. How many Keurigs? How many Keurigs was he? Like 64 Keurigs.
Somebody who's watched South Park, let us know.
I Sorry, I can't. My glasses are not the right
Heather, I put it over here.
Oh, shit. I've been wanting to read his 7 Years of Thor when it's done so much. It's totally worth it. Not even kidding. Every single issue is a fucking treat.
Yeah, I mean, I have the first part of the after Jane Foster stuff.
Oh, yeah,
But then I also need to go back and read, like, 7 more years of Thor.
Yeah, it's the only comic that I've been somewhat consistent on, like, most of my life.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. So yeah, Marauders.
Yeah, sorry, Marauders.
After Jonathan Hickman's Power of X, House of X, or Powers of 10, House of X, Bono-sized poop.
In a good way.
We have had X-Men and now Marauders, and Marauders follows Kitty Pryde, Iceman, Storm, Pyro, and Bishop makes like a slight appearance.
Yeah. Also, guess who makes an appearance in this?
Nightcrawler is in this.
Yes, he's even credited. I wish they would have told me that sooner so that I could have actually picked it up. I totally skipped on it because I was like, Marauders with no Nightcrawler? What the fuck? So I didn't get it. That went back in my face. Jane texted me like immediately last night. I was like, so I'm guessing you haven't read this yet.
Yeah, no, because I was like, after I flipped open the book, I was like, oh, there's Nightcrawler right there. If Heather hasn't read this, like, Heather cannot have read this, because otherwise I would have had a text message by now telling me, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because it was just last week when I was like, I went off on that.
Yeah, the whole Nightcrawler thing.
Yeah.
But he makes his appearance here, and he is helping mutants into Krakoa.
He's tiny, he's cute.
And
everyone is actually really cute in
this
issue.
I love this. I love this. I really enjoyed this book a lot. This is kind of the first step into other people doing X-Men after Jonathan Hickman has just like, this is mine, and here you guys go. Here's the story. And I really like this just because I like the idea that, like, Kitty Pryde can't get into Krakoa. And I'm assuming this has to do something with her ability to, like, walk through things. Mm-hmm. Like, not that she's not a mutant. But I'm just wondering what that disconnect is.
I don't know. I feel like it's going to be something big.
Yeah.
I feel like that does have something to do with it, though. But yeah, she can't get in, so Emma Frost enlists her and a small team of mutants to go around the world and get mutants who want to join, whether they want to join or not, right?
No, it's more so like if they want... Yeah, there's a fly. If they want to join, it seems. Like, if you want to be in Krakoa and you can't get here, we're going to help you do it.
Yeah, because when they did found Krakoa and they did all the portals and stuff to get to different parts of the world, a lot of countries kind of shut down their borders and trapped mutants inside. So that's what Kitty Pryde and the Marauders are doing, is going to save them.
Yeah, and blocked off the portals to Krakoa.
Yes.
It's really interesting because my significant other just read the first issue of House of X. And he was like, I just don't understand how humans are just, like, going to just take this lying down. Like, they're not going to just be okay with this. And I think that's kind of the thing. I mean, even at the end of House of X #1, you have them building, like, mother molds. So you know they're not going to take this laying down, but I think this kind of puts, like, that into perspective more so of, like, sure, these countries may be allowing these portals, but they're not happy.
Right.
And they're willing to do whatever it takes to stop the mutants from either getting to Krakoa, getting out of Krakoa. Like, the humans aren't happy.
No, they're pissed, especially fucking Mother Russia.
Yeah, Mother Russia's mad.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like, I don't know, I think it's an interesting idea to have these pirates, quote unquote, saving everybody.
Yeah, I love that. I regret not adding it, so I'm going to pick up a copy and add it.
Yeah,
because I really enjoyed it.
I really liked, I guess, Kate.
Kate, yeah, she doesn't want to be called Kitty anymore. She doesn't mind it, but she would prefer to be called Kate, so.
I really enjoy how, like, her character. Like, it's kind of like Cyclops in the first X-Men. I really enjoy, like, that character development and that dive into, like, who this person is. And especially since they can't get into this, like, mutant heaven, basically, like, how they adjust to that, which is not very well.
Right.
But I love it. I wasn't expecting to like it that much, honestly.
I just have to tell you my favorite part.
Was it the part with Wolverine's?
God damn it, yes. When he, like, dives into the water.
Yeah. I loved his, like, Wolverine has, like, a shopping list while Kitty's out on her boat trying to find things. That's one of my favorite things because Krakoa just doesn't have, like, some of the things he wants, like Cubano sandwiches, beers.
Ribs,
whiskey.
pomade, coffee. It's classic Logan shit. But, yeah, the whole scene where she, like, pulls up and he just, like, starts booking it because he's like, I want my alcohol.
I just love it, too, because she, like, busted into his, like, shit, too. Like, I'm gonna get wasted on this boat and do pirate shit!
Which I just loved. I don't know how people don't like Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, I mean, in the fight scene with her?
Yeah.
Oh, dog.
It's so cool.
I got so hyped. I was like, yes, you a bad bitch. Like, you've done this. Like, I love you so much.
What time is it?
I don't know the time. It is 3:25, so we gotta fucking wrap this up.
Yeah, I gotta go to work, guys.
Okay, we love you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That was everything.
Yeah.